Donald Trump looking very sick and very weak at Mar-a-Lago this weekend and behaving very sick and weak. Take a look at him right now. Zoom in right there. Do you see him? That was him eating in the morning, and he needs to have a name placard. So I guess he knows who he is. I mean, do you see that when he eats at the table?
We need fucking bullies. Shit, that's how Trump became president. That's exactly what happened. We got rid of bullies. A real bully showed up, and nobody knew how to handle it.
Hey, speaking of pigskin, Donald Trump, in his ongoing effort to distract us from the fact that he doesn't want Melania to see the Epstein files, went after Rosie O'Donnell again. He's been threatening to revoke Rosie O'Donnell's American citizenship, which, like peeing standing up, he cannot do. And then...
You want to know what terrifies Donald Trump more than criminal indictments? Comedians with microphones and nothing to lose. And nobody proved this better than Jimmy Kimmel and Chris Rock, two comedy legends who, from completely different stages, turned Trump into America's most ridiculed president. While they never joined forces in a single explosive moment, what they did was arguably more devastating. They launched parallel, relentless campaigns that turned Trump into a punchline he can never escape. Let me show you how a late-night host and an SNL legend independently became Trump's worst nightmare, armed with nothing but brutal honesty and perfect timing. Kimmel's Oscars nuke. 5 words that broke Trump, March 10th, 2024, the 96th Academy Awards.
It says President Donald J. Trump, 45-47. Again, just zoom in on him. He looks absolutely awful. This is what he's been posting in the morning. Winning is always nice. And it's a photo of him putting. That's what you're doing right now. Winning is always nice as the American people are suffering, as Americans are psychologically tortured, living paycheck to paycheck, as you're ripping healthcare away from over 20 million Americans, as Americans can't afford their rent. You're posting photos of yourself golfing, saying winning is always nice. And then Donald Trump posts another photo, this one with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia from his meeting like 2 weeks ago. Great being with the highly respected future king of Saudi Arabia.
Meanwhile, Congress, the people who actually shut the government down, are getting paid in full. Don't even try to make sense of it. The logic doesn't fly. And I would recommend that you don't either, at least for quite a while. Our Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, he said Republicans are praying it'll be a very short shutdown, which is good. That'll help.
The cast of The Apprentice is running the world. Trump, the daughter, Omarosa, they run the world, man. Yo, man, this shit is crazy. Nothing's gonna happen to Trump. Here's the crazy thing. It might just work out. Trump might work out. Yeah, I said it. Trump might work out. I mean, think about it this way. Bush was so bad, he gave us Obama. You forget that shit, don't you? Bush was so bad that people said, hey, maybe this black guy has the answers. I think people overlook George Bush's contributions to black history. George Bush is a black revolutionary. Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, George Bush. They need to honor him at the Essence Festival.
Jimmy Kimmel is hosting Hollywood's biggest night, and everything's going smoothly until Donald Trump, sitting at home, unable to resist, starts live tweeting his rage on Truth Social. Trump's post appears mid-ceremony. Has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Producers immediately tell Kimmel not to read it. They beg him. The show's running short on time anyway, they argue. Just ignore it. Kimmel reads it anyway. Standing on stage in front of Hollywood's elite and millions of viewers worldwide, Kimmel pulls out his phone and reads Trump's entire rant word for word. The Dolby Theater holds its breath.
And before I share this, I'd like to remind you, this is a post from the President of the United States. He wrote, as previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Rosie's citizenship. She is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. Here's the thing, whenever he's spitting out, he goes back to Rosie. That's his safe space. He zeroes out. Calling her fat is what makes him comfortable. Meanwhile, she's about half his weight now. In fact, this photo he posted, she posted the photo. This photo he posted looks really more like him than her.
Before we even get started, let's hey, the elephant in the room. President Trump's in the hospital from COVID, and I just want to say my heart goes out to COVID.
How embarrassing is this? How embarrassing was it that Donald Trump gave the red carpet treatment to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia? And when questions were asked about MBS killing journalists and MBS involvement with the 9/11 hijackers and Saudi Arabia's involvement with 9/11 hijackers, Donald Trump's like, how dare you treat my guest like that? Remember, he lashed out at the reporter. Oh, and then Donald Trump gave the Saudis F-35s, he gave them nuclear technology, he gave them our Blackwell AI chip, semiconductor chip technology. And what did the United States get in return? Oh, wait. Well, Donald Trump got a business deal out of it with the Saudis, the same way that Putin and Dmitriev and the other Russian oligarchs have been working with Trump and Witkoff on a, quote, $2 trillion business deal. That's how they've been trying to apparently lure Donald Trump into undermining all of America's alliances just by dangling that number. And apparently that's been working because Donald Trump cares about himself and his own wealth over anything relating to the safety, security of America. Now,
then Kimmel delivers the punchline that will haunt Trump forever. Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still up. Isn't it past your jail time? The audience explodes. That clip goes instantly viral worldwide. And Trump, he absolutely loses his mind. For months afterward, while literally on criminal trial for hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, Trump can't stop obsessing over it. On April 17th, 2024, he posts another rant claiming Kimmel's wife and even management begged him not to do it. He calls Kimmel stupid, a fool, and the worst host ever of the once vaunted Academy Awards.
One thing Pam Bondi did not get asked about is the now infamous Epstein birthday letter that was released last month by the House Oversight Committee. Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion over this letter, which our doodler-in-chief denies he had anything to do with.
Did you sign Jeffrey Epstein birthday letter?
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language. It's nonsense.
It's an interesting statement. It's not the way I speak, and anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language. Now, we've been covering Donald Trump for what feels like a very, very long time. And in the interest of fairness, we decided to do a bit of research to see maybe he's right. Does he use the words and phrases that are used in that letter? That's not for me to say. It's for you to decide for yourself.
Voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything.
Look what I have. I have everything.
I have everything.
We have everything.
Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh, yes, there is. And I won't tell you what it is.
Yes, there is.
I won't tell you what it is.
I won't tell you who it was, but
Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is.
Nor do I.
Nor did I.
Nor do I. Nor would I. And I know what it is.
I know what it is.
I know what it is.
Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
We have a lot of things in common. I think we have a lot of things in common. Certain things. Things in common.
right, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Come to think of it.
Come to think of it. Come to think of it. Yes, we do.
Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
Carson's an enigma.
Have you noticed that?
Well, you noticed that.
Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
As a matter of fact,
As a matter of fact, it was clear the last time I saw.
the last time I saw him was at Mar-a-Lago.
Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing.
He's my friend, my pal.
He's my pal. Pal. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful, wonderful thing. Wonderful thing.
Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May your dreams come true. May you all have a truly blessed Hanukkah. Let's talk about a big secret. Big secret. Big secret. Incredible secret. Wonderful. Wonderful secrets. Secrets. Our most precious secret. Jeffrey, wherever you may be. Jeffrey, thank you.
Donald Trump also posted the following yesterday. He said that because I invoked a favored nation status for the United States of America, drug prices are falling to levels never seen before. 500%, 600%, 700%. You know, Donald, the reason that no one's ever seen that before, because it's quite literally impossible. Something can't drop 700% unless the pharmaceutical companies are paying us $700 for a $1 item, which they're not doing. And by the way, pharmaceuticals are not dropping. Healthcare costs are getting far more expensive. Stop defrauding us. Stop saying that we're in a golden age and that inflation is done when we, the American people, know what's actually going on. What else is going on? You have Trump's Department of Labor just posting Nazi propaganda at this point. Look at this. They have the kind of Gothic text that says Americanism will prevail, with this bizarre photo of Abe Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial right there. And then you have 11 stars. 11 stars like the Confederacy. Is that what you're doing right here? Sure, that's just a coincidence as well as the Gothic Nazi text. Sure, Donald, just utterly despicable filth.
Kimmel's response is perfect. I don't know. That must be why they asked me to host the show again next year, which I wasn't planning to do, but now I might. Maybe you can watch on the TV in the rec room at Rikers with all the guys. 7 months later, in September 2024, Trump is still posting about it. In September 2025, 18 months after the Oscars, he shares an edited clip that conveniently cuts off before Kimmel's jail time joke. That's the power of 5 perfectly timed words. Kimmel didn't just roast Trump. He created a moment so devastating that Trump literally cannot let it go. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're documenting every single moment of Trump's destruction by the comedians who refused to be intimidated. Chris Rock's SNL assassination. My heart goes out to COVID.
Rosie O'Donnell, how can someone so old be so childish? It's Benjamin can't button his pants. You know, we talk about how much time Trump wastes playing golf. He seems to be spending a lot more time posting dumb AI videos lately. Our governor, Gavin Newsom, has been roasting him online, and so now Trump is doubling up. Last night, he posted a whole string of deep fakes, including these.
While Kimmel was destroying Trump from the late-night world, Chris Rock was taking a completely different approach on Saturday Night Live, and it was equally brutal. October 3rd, 2020. Trump has just been hospitalized with COVID-19. The entire country is watching to see how SNL will handle it. Chris Rock walks out to host and within seconds addresses what he calls the elephant in the room. President Trump's in the hospital from COVID, and I just want to say my heart goes out to COVID, Rock deadpans. The audience gasps, then erupts in laughter. That's not a joke. That's a verbal assassination disguised as sympathy.
That the Department of Labor was posting yesterday. You just look at any data point though, right? Whether it is credit card delinquencies, student loan defaults, jobless rates, consumer confidence, all like the worst readings ever, like the lowest and the worst metrics possible. U.S. foreclosure rates surge 32% year over year. 32% more foreclosures this year. I wonder why. I wonder if it has to do with the fact that there are so many people losing their job right now and that things are unaffordable and that Trump's made things way worse. So it's not a shocker that this morning Donald Trump woke up to even more polling, showing that his approval has reached a new low. It's like every day there's a new low as his regime is collapsing before his sickly, rotting face, before his sickly, rotting eyes. It's Take a look at what University of Michigan economics professor Justin Wolfers had to say.
Prayer. Trump was asked today whether furloughed employees would get retroactive compensation once the shutdown's over, which is required by law. But, you know, the law can be a very ambiguous thing.
Is it the White House's position that furloughed workers should be paid for their back pay?
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
Before I start, talk about Adam and the CNN people, you guys really going to arrest Trump? Do you know this is only going to make him more popular? It's like arresting Tupac. He's just going to sell more records. Are you stupid?
But Rock isn't finished. He pivots to a systematic dismantling of Trump's entire presidency. I think Joe Biden should be the last president ever. I mean, what job do you have for 4 years no matter what? Like, if you hired a cook and he was making people vomit every day, do you sit there and go, well, he's got a 4-year deal. We've just got to vomit for 4 more years? Then comes the comparison that perfectly captures Trump's absurdity. You realize there's more rules to a game show than running for president? Like Donald Trump left a game show to run for president because it was easier. You can't just throw your son on Jeopardy or your son-in-law. Steve Harvey can't put his family on Family Feud.
Menendez brothers getting out of jail. Menendez brothers. Yeah, getting out of jail. Just in time to get deported. Trump is gonna deport their ass, you murdering Mexicans. Trump is not playing, man. That's right. This time is totally different. He's working with the #1 African-American in the world, the richest African-American in the world, Elon Musk. That's right, he is African-American. Elon got more kids than the Cleveland Browns.
If you look at D.C., you would right now, Mark, you could go out, take your family out to dinner, you could walk right down the middle of the street. There is no crime in D.C. When I got here, this place was a raging hellhole.
And now it's a raging heaven hole. Thank you, dear leader. And then Raging Bullcrap treated the prime minister to his vision of what America would have been like under a President Harris.
If we didn't win this election, if we had these people that were running, that were ruining our country, destroying our country with their open borders and men playing in women's sports and transgender from everybody and windmills all over the place.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I heard that correctly. What was that last item?
Windmills all over the place.
There would be windmills all over the place. They would turn the whole country into a little Dutch village.
And again, he's just giving the data, folks. And the data is that if you look at job growth between January and September for the past 15 years, the only time it's been worse was during the pandemic. Okay, watch what he has to say. Play this clip.
Steph, you raised the latest jobs report, and I actually just want to put a couple of facts on the table because I think they're really understated. If you look at job growth between January and September, if you looked at that this year and you compared it to every past year, for the past 15 years, it's only been worse once, and that was during the pandemic. So this is the worst.
When the world was shut.
Yeah. It is the worst first 9 months for the labour market in 15 years. You've also got the unemployment rate right now, the single best statistic for trying to think about how the economy's doing, at a 4-year high. It's been a story that we haven't talked a lot about because it's risen sort of 1/10 of a percentage point every couple of months, and it sort of sneaks by and we don't talk about it. But let's talk about it because the unemployment rate is up 0.5 point. And for folks at home, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people struggling, and work is just, it's a central political, social, economic institution. It's where we get not just our income, but many of us our dignity and our worth. And that's a lot more suffering, and we haven't been talking about it enough.
Now, going from economics professor from University of Michigan, Justin Wolfers, to the CEO, to the leader of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon right now. Jamie Dimon was asked about why JP Morgan Chase was not, involved in any funding of Trump's Golden Ballroom after Trump tore down the East Wing. And Jamie Dimon's answer was very revealing. And this is what we're seeing. People are now thinking, oh, you know what? There's going to be a world without Trump pretty soon. How does that sound to you? There's going to be a world without Trump pretty soon. And what will a new Department of Justice think about these quid pro quo bribery transactions? Watch what Jamie Dimon has to say. Play this clip.
So you're renovating and building this new office space in Detroit, much smaller scale than what's happening in Washington, right, where the East Wing has been demolished for what's going to be a very, very large ballroom that the president is building. Now, a lot of CEOs have rushed to donate to this, right? And it matters to him, right? So he looks at the list. On that list, you got Amazon, Coinbase, Google, you got a whole lot of others. Comcast, tons of companies on there. I didn't see JP Morgan Chase on that list. Did you think about it? Is there any chance you're going to do it?
You have to look at JP. We have an issue, okay, which is anything we do, since we do a lot of contracts with governments here and around the world, we have to be very careful how anything's perceived. And also how the next DOJ is going to deal with it. So we're quite conscious of the risk we bear by doing anything that looks like, buying favors or anything like that. So, do we do things like that? And but we also have policies where we don't do certain things.
Right.
Because it just makes it easier for us. We have helped the inaugurations. That was a normal thing that a lot of companies did.
Right.
So we'll see.
But the concern of buying favors.
Rock even calls out the structural problems that let Trump happen. The government does not want you to vote. Why do I know they don't want you to vote? Because Election Day is a Tuesday in November. If this show was Tuesday Night Live, it would have got canceled in 1975. This wasn't just comedy. This was Rock using SNL's massive platform to expose how broken the system is that allowed Trump to happen in the first place. Rock returns, December 2024, and the Elon Musk takedown. Fast forward to December 14th, 2024. Trump has just won re-election. Chris Rock returns to host SNL for the fourth time, and he's got a new target, Trump's unholy alliance with Elon Musk. Rock opens by addressing fears about Trump being undignified as president. Dude, it's the United States. We've had some presidents in the United States. Come on, man. This is not the most dignified job in the world. We've had presidents show up to the inauguration with pregnant slaves, okay? And I'm just talking about Bill Clinton. The audience is already losing it. Then Rock turns to Trump's deportation plans.
Oh, by the way, Caroline Levitt on Air Force One yesterday, not only did Trump decide to poll the reporters on whether or not she should be allowed to keep her job, he took a little tour through Creepy Town, too.
How's Caroline doing? Is she doing good? Should Caroline be replaced?
No. That's up to you, sir.
It'll never happen.
Nobody wants to say
I said she does a great job.
Thank you.
Do you want to elaborate on the media?
And those lips, they move like a machine gun, right?
I mean, does the White House have HR? Because he's openly musing about this woman's lips that are like a machine gun. I feel like if I live to be 1,000 years old, I won't ever see anything as weird as this man running a country. Again, this is a hot mic situation.
Now, one of the things that Dimon also said there, and you heard him, is that the bank does business in lots of other countries as well. As America continues to weaken its position relative to other countries across the world, people like Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase and leaders have to think about their relationships with leaders of other countries right now who are forming alliances as America is getting weaker. Let's take a look also how we've seen over this weekend some bipartisan pushback against the Trump regime policies and war crimes. So in the House Armed Services Committee, we got a bipartisan statement from Mike Rogers of Alabama and the Democrat ranking member Adam Smith. The two leaders, basically, but Republican and Democrat. They say this committee, the House Armed Services Committee, is committed to providing rigorous oversight of the Department of Defense's military operations in the Caribbean. We take seriously the reports of follow-on double-tap strikes on boats alleged to be ferrying narcotics in Southcom region and are taking bipartisan action to gather a full accounting of the operation in question. And that followed the bipartisan statement of Senate Armed Services Committee Chair Roger Wicker, and the Democratic ranking member of the committee as well, Jack Reed, and they say, the committee is aware of recent news reports and the Department of Defense's initial response regarding alleged follow-on strikes on suspected narcotics vessels in the Southcom area of responsibility. The committee has directed inquiries to the Department of Defense, and we will be conducting vigorous oversight to determine the facts related to these circumstances. Now, this comes at the same time that the former top military JAG lawyers, and I did a whole video on this last night, the former top military lawyers, some of the leaders in JAG, the Judge Advocate General, the military lawyers, they came out with a statement saying that these follow-on strikes, the double tap strikes, the give no quarters order by Hegseth and anyone in the chain of command was indeed a war crime, and that the individuals involved at all stages should be prosecuted for war crimes. Now, while all of this is taking place, Donald Trump continues to threaten war on Venezuela. And, the same way that you had Putin say denazification when it came to Ukraine.
His COVID joke and Elon Musk takedown weren't just funny. They were historical commentary that will define how we remember this era. Together, they created a pincer movement. Kimmel kept the pressure constant, never letting Trump breathe. Rock delivered the knockout punches at precisely calibrated moments when the country needed someone to say what everyone was thinking. The legacy: comedy as resistance. What Jimmy Kimmel and Chris Rock proved is that you don't need to be in the same room to fight the same fight. They showed that comedy is a weapon that authoritarians can never fully silence, even when they try. Kimmel faced actual government censorship and returned to record ratings. Rock delivered jokes so devastating they became instant cultural references. And Trump, he's still obsessing over an Oscars joke from 2024, while Chris Rock's COVID line will be quoted for decades. They didn't expose Trump together on one stage. They did something better. They exposed him from multiple angles, making it impossible for Trump to hide from comedy no matter where he turned. That's not just entertainment. That's resistance documented for history, and Trump will never ever be able to escape the punchlines they created.